And I got to tell you, I can't wait to debate the guy. That is, if he's willing to get off the couch and show up. So
I'd love to have a second debate. We've actually offered Tim Walz a second debate, and they've totally rejected it. But look, I actually think that you should have to earn this job.
All right, expect some fireworks tomorrow night when VP candidates Tim Walz and J.D. Vance face off in their first and only debate just over a month before Election Day. And now with new polling showing a tightening race in the key battleground states of Michigan and Wisconsin, both tickets are looking for any opportunity to edge ahead. Walz preparing with mock debate sessions with his team in northern Michigan and fighting off nerves. That's according to our reporting from our colleague CNN's Isaac Dover. Vance also engaging in intense prep sessions, but he downplayed them in recent rallies.
Going great.
You get out there, you talk to people, you talk about the issues that matter. We don't need to prepare for a debate with Tim Walz.
All right, my panel is back. So, David, you write in The Atlantic, you say, the headline is, J.D. Vance's thin skin makes him vulnerable.
Yeah.
Why?
Look, a presidential or vice presidential debate is not like a spelling bee. You're not asked to name all the 50 state capitals. What it is it's a contest where each tries to reveal the inner character of the other. That's what Vice President Harris successfully did to Donald Trump. That she put the mirror up to him and showed America what is inside this man, and it's horrible. And so that is the tactic that each of them are going to try to do. And with Vance, you've got someone, I mean, I've known him for a long time. You've got someone who's very brittle. You've got someone whose public persona is a fake. That's the reason he keeps attacking Tim Walz as a phony. Tim Walz, whatever you think of Tim Walz, he is what he is. But Vance is a phony, and that is the I mean, and he's someone who, when that is exposed, becomes very petulant, very peevish, very angry, and very controlling. And that's going to be the task at this debate: is can Walz successfully hold the mirror up, keep it there, and let America see what its choice is?
Will Vance take the bait the way Trump did?
I think it'll be a much different kind of debate. And I agree with you about Walz, actually. He is what he is, and he is probably the person who is most in over their head in American politics right now. There's a reason they don't let him talk to the press. There's a reason he doesn't have any extended interactions where he's answering complicated questions, like what he should face at this debate. And so I think there's a lot of pressure on him here, honestly, to prove that he is up to this. Now, being up to the job of vice president, it's a lower bar for most people who will be watching it, and I don't expect this to move numbers or, to have a huge impact on the flow of the water in this race. But I think Vance is far more schooled at the issues at the core of this campaign than Walz is, and he has an opportunity to show that Walz was a fundamentally weak pick by Harris. And I think that would be his goal for Tuesday night.
Let's show viewers about what they have debated, what they look like in the past, and their past debates, Walz and Vance.
I'm proud of Minnesota's response. I'm proud of Minnesota's first responders who were out there, from firefighters to police to the National Guard to citizens that were out there.
You heard it here. Governor Walz just told you, I am proud of Minnesota's response, referring to the riots in May and June of 2020. Wow.
In Youngstown, on the stage, Donald Trump said to J.D. Vance, all you do is kiss my ass to get my support. He said that. That's bad.
I'm not going to take lectures on dignity and self-respect from a guy caught on video kissing up to Chuck Schumer and begging him for a promotion to his next job.
I mean, is it just setting low expectations when the Walz people close to Walz are saying, well, he's not a good debater, he's nervous about it, or is there a concern that he's not a good debater?
I mean, I think he's owned that he was not a good debater, but I also think that that's what we do, right? Everyone's setting the expectation low. This doesn't matter. That it's not going to move the numbers, which is true. But a lot of this campaign cycle has been dictated by some comments that J.D. Vance has made in the past, and so I think this could drive a news cycle for a couple of days, just like his childless cat lady comments, and he keeps doubling down. So where I don't think it matters to move numbers, I do think that they have the opportunity to drive a news cycle, and with 35 or 37 days left, I don't think that's a good good place for them to be. So I think if they can stick to the issues and we can move on, I think that they will do no harm.
And do no harm is really the ultimate goal here.
It is the ultimate goal. And look, I do think Walz is probably nervous. I do think that that J.D. Vance is not nervous and is pretty confident in whether or not he does what David says he does or predicts what he does. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. But I do think that he is the most to lose.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the rule is do harm and do it on the other guy. The clip that people need to see is the moment where it was in Detroit and the local Fox News affiliate gave J.D. Vance a total softball question. What makes you smile? And as that reporter revealed, he was a friendly reporter. He was looking for a soft angle. And Vance suddenly turned angry, called the man names, and then emitted this kind of cackling, self-congratulatory laugh afterwards. And you think, that is a troubled soul. And that's the thing what America has to see is the oldest president ever, the man who would be the oldest president ever, has a 40-year-old vice president, and there's something wrong with him.
All right, we'll see how voters ultimately react. Do they agree with you or disagree with you? We shall see. Joining me now is Mark McKinnon. He's a former advisor to George W. Bush and John McCain. He's also the creator of Paramount's The Circus. Mark, thank you for joining me this morning. These are two people who come from the Midwest. They have different backgrounds, different political stances. How do you see that playing into their narratives tomorrow night?
Good morning, Manu. Well, the primary mantra for a vice presidential pick is to do no harm. And to date, the difference is that J.D. Vance has done a lot of harm to the Republican ticket so far. And with his, it's all about cats, single women who own them, and Haitian immigrants who he says eat them. Or then he says, no, we made that up to draw attention to it. And so that's my advice for Tim Walz is look out. This guy's loaded for bear because they're both trying to validate that they were the right pick. And Vance is the guy that's been under the gun. Everybody in the Republican Party knows that he's been a problem. He's created dissonance. He's done a lot of harm. So he's going in there to prove to Donald Trump and the Republican Party that he was the right pick. So I think he's going to be loaded for bear. And that's my advice to Walz is look out. This guy's coming in loaded. And he's coming in strong.
So you write in your latest article for Variety, Vance, to be fair, smart, just ask him. Yale educated, best-selling author, venture capitalist, and he's reportedly prepping hard. The goal for Walz should be do whatever he can to preserve and enhance his own stature as genuine. He's not going to outsmart Vance, and he should not try, but he can easily outhuman Vance. The recipe for a successful night on Tuesday for Vance or Walz is simple. Do no harm. But Walz should be aware. He's facing a pit bull raring to come off the leash. This is what you're suggesting right now here, Mark. I'm wondering, do you think that Vance, who's hurting or helping their ticket right now? Is Vance hurting or helping Trump? Is he making no difference in this race? And what about Walz?
Well, I think Walz has exceeded expectations and Vance has not risen to expectations. As I said, I think he has done harm. I think the whole cat lady thing. I mean, there was videos surfacing every other day with Vance attacking women in some form or another, which has already been a problem for the Republican ticket. So I think that this is going to be. I think he's really looking forward to this opportunity to validate that he was the right pick. They're going after each other. I mean, Walz's brand is authenticity, so that's what Vance is going to try and pick apart. And of course, Walz is going to do the same to Vance to suggest that he's a phony, that he's simply ambitious, abandoned his principles. There's also audio that surfaced recently about just how much that Vance thought Trump was a bad nominee for the party. So he's going to have to answer for that. At the end of the day, maybe it won't make that much difference for the outcome of the election, but it's going to make an outcome for the difference on just how people feel about whether or not this was the right pick for each candidate.
All right, Mark McKinnon, appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for your insight and expertise. Really appreciate it.